Alright, continuing on with our solutions for the Master Quiz 5 review. This is the top of the backside, so for 19 we need to take this function over here and subtract 4 from it. So we're going to take everything here. Since that's subtract 4 on the outside of the parentheses, we're going to take everything and move it down 4 units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these points here and do the shift with those. This, in particular, if you start with your y-intercept and you go down 4, you're going to end up here at -3. And if we take that part and go down 4, you're going to end up at -2. And the next one is going to land right on 0. And the other one to the left is going to be down here and down here. And if you notice, the jump here is 1, 2, it's going to go up 4. It's going to give us a new point. So that's what that one's going to end up looking like. And it goes horizontal there, almost perfectly horizontal. And moving over to 20, again, this what's on the outside is going to be our vertical shift, so we need to go up 1. And that right there, when it says subtract 2 inside the parentheses, you're going to go to the right 2. You can take all your x's and add 2 to them to move it right. So I'm going to take all these points, go right 2, up 1. So let's take that y-intercept, go right 2, up 1. And the next point is there, and the next one is there. If you go the other direction, you're looking at these points here. So I'm going to draw my curve. Just like that. And moving on to the bottom part. Here, when you see +3 inside the parentheses, you're going to have to subtract 3 from all your x's, or in other words, move left. So I'm going to take this guy here and just move everything left 3. So I'm going to start with my y-intercept because I think it's a good place to start. Y-intercept, the point to the right, the point down 3 and right 1 from it, and the point right 2, up 1 from that. And then the point down 2, left 2 from that. And the point 2 to the left from that end one is going to give me this for 21. And then for 22, the +1 inside means we need to go left 1, and the subtract 3 outside means we need to go down 3. So we're going to go left 1, down 3. If you start with your y-intercept, it gives that, and then that's the next point, and then the point that's down 3, right 1, and the point that's right 2, up 1. We got these points here. And then the next point is down 2, left 2, and the last one's 2 to the left of that one. And so here's our final graph of a function, of that particular function translated. And that brings us to the bottom section here. For each of these, it's useful to know that this number is not your y-intercept if this is an exponential. Well, all of these are exponentials. Notice the number to some power. That means this is exponential. So this is not the y-intercept. This number, instead, is the asymptote. So if you have if this was your function, the asymptote would be y equals 2. Which is handy to know. So if you start at 2 and you go vertically -3 units, and it's asking about what your new asymptote is, start at 2, add your -3 units, you can get -1. So you're going to get y equals -1, the equation of that line for the asymptote. And the next part is asking about the y-intercept. Well, with any function, your y-intercept is the y value when x is 0. So take that and plug it in for x. And you'll get 4 to the 0 power, which is 1, minus 6 is going to give you -5. So we're going to start on -5, and we have to do a vertical +7 units, vertical shift +7. So we're going to add 7 to that, which is going to give you 2. And so your y-intercept is now the point 0, 2, right there. And then this last one, it's asking about the x-intercept. Well, you need to figure out your starting x-intercept. And at any x-intercept, your y value is 0. And so the function value is 0. We just have to figure out the x that goes with it. So here's the right side of my function, and the left side's going to be 0 because that's the value at your x-intercept. And now it's just a matter of solving for x. So you can like add 9 to both sides to get 3 to some power equals 9. Well, 3 to the second power gives you 9, so x has to be 2. And so that's going to be our starting x-intercept of 2. And when you move horizontally -4 units, so we do 2 minus the 4, you're going to get -2, so that's going to give us the point -2, 0 for the x-intercept, the middle. And finally, the last part here, we have a function described in a table, and you can do this transformation, which, if you have a change in size, changing the x's, that says x plus 2, so it's going to shift your function to the left 2, and so you have to take all your old x values and subtract 2 from them. So it's going to give you a -12, -7, -2, 2, and 6. And this part here, the subtract 7 outside the function assignment, is going to take all your function values, function assignments, and subtract 7 from them. So we're going to get -10, -1, 2, -7, and -18. And that one is done and ready to go. And that's the entire review.